Hey everyone, welcome to Trip of Design, a show where we're going on different continents across the globe, in different countries, and discussing with amazing designers their trip of design, how do they get inspired, what is their design process, and so on. And I'm very excited to present to you this show. My name is Suyog, also known as the Fun Indian Guy. I'm a service designer, musician, and a filmmaker. And in this episode, we're going all the way to Africa, in Lagos, Nigeria, to talk to a very talented designer, Nifemi Marcus-Bello.
Hi, my name is Nifemi Marcus-Bello. I'm an industrial designer based in Lagos, Nigeria. I run an autonomous design studio called Nmbello Studio. I design furniture, products, installations for both local and international clients.
Nifemi has been doing amazing projects while focusing on local people, local practices, local resources, and also like socio-economical dynamics. And that's why I'm very excited to understand his approach. So let's go and begin our trip of design with Nifemi Marcus-Bello. Can you tell us about your studio Nmbello and what is the philosophy behind it?
So Nmbello Studio's philosophy is basically figuring out how to use modern day manufacturing and processes available to create economically viable products and also create contemporary solutions for the modern day African and both locally and also in the diaspora.
How do you get inspired or how do you get motivated to do projects?
For me, inspiration comes from figuring out the manufacturing processes and production techniques around me and sort of creating economically viable solutions or products through those processes and allowing those processes to dictate the final design. One good example is the LM stool, where we basically designed the stool around a generator manufacturer in a suburb called Ikeja. And the idea was basically to create solution through design and exploit their manufacturing assembly and process and not dictate a new assembly line or manufacturing process.
How do you see your design practice from regional, social, and cultural context?
For me, I think design can play a huge role in contemporary Africa. Contextually, I think that apart from materials, I think the approach is extremely important. A very good example is a collaboration with fashion designer Kenneth Eze, where we basically came together to redesign the looms that his third generation weavers have been using. And the idea was basically to create an economically friendly loom and also something that also gives back to the community and allows them to enjoy the experience of weaving. And even from a contextual side of things with Kenneth, the second part of the project was designing an installation for his project while he was nominated for the LVMH prize last year. And with this installation, discussing with Kenneth, he really wanted people to not only see his clothes but also experience what it felt like to use these materials. He wanted to allow people to sort of interact with the materials that he uses to create his garments. So this for us, I think we were trying to push the needle on how people would experience modern day African fashion.
After understanding your approach, I'm really interested in knowing what is your favorite part of a design process?
My favorite part of the overall design process, I think would be research and also the interaction with like final users or potential users. I think through research of like materials and manufacturing, you can figure out how things will be made or if they can actually be made around you. But the most important thing is basically speaking to the end users and also understanding why they need this product, why you need to create this product, and also hearing their side of the story and their side of things before actually jumping the gun to create a final product.
And that brings us to our last holistic question. How do you see your role as a designer in the big picture of life?
As a designer, I think it's important to look inwards and also figure out how to create with what's around you. I think that my own role as a designer in Africa today is figuring out how design can play a role in the bigger picture. And that's why I really speak on economic viability, because yes, it's important that we create solutions, but I think it's also important that some of these solutions can actually create economical empowerment for people in Africa. So basically designing products for Africans that can be used by Africans. I also think one thing the studio does really well is that sustainability is important to me. I think that, for example, all our products are made within 50 kilometers from the studio, and we collaborate with factories who have huge consideration for sustainability, both human and material sustainability. So I think it's important that young designers approach products through this thought process.